Good Thursday morning, one and all. I hope wherever you are at, you are staying warm. It has been ridiculously cold up here in north central Nebraska for roughly a week now, of highs single digits. We have had a couple of days where we got up into the teens for highs. Gonna be even colder coming here in the next few days. Just been doing some brainstorming, thinking, pondering for myself, some creative work, as well as that brainstorming with my business coach that I've been working with for, oh my gosh, fall of 19 we started working together. So a year and a half, coming into my second season. And one of the things that he challenged me with clear back at the beginning was value statements. Who am I as a person, as a business owner, as an influencer, or somebody trying to be an influencer and working to be a better leader for anybody that's on my team, as well as any customers that I work with, any growers that I work with. And it was a process. It's no doubt a process to know and think about those things. Value statements are tricky. It definitely took quite a while for me to come up with these. I would say roughly 6 months. And then even then, this past fall, it was still a matter of tweaking and doing that. But in going over that with him, and now that I've got these finalized, I have them hanging on my wall so that I can look up and I can see them and work on memorizing every little part of them by heart. They're there, but until you see them in person, or that you can like regurgitate them when you're talking to people, that's the key thing. So what I'm going to do is take the leap and go through my value statements as Brittany, as Yield Plus Agronomics, and what I strive to do every day, all day, with growers that I work with, customers that I'm working with, and even non-customers that I work with but aren't doing business with me, but I still have some sort of interaction with them. And people, personal life, other work things where I have my side hustles that I am a part of. And side hustle, what a term. Oh, that's probably a whole nother topic we could get into some other time. But first and foremost, do good. Do no harm to human or the earth. Provide sound fundamental agronomics with communities, grower operations, and with the environment's best interest in mind. That's super important to me. Myself and my own practices, even just as simple things with my yard and my garden. When I was doing the research and the tentative planning for renting my own field this year, which didn't pan out, but it was still tremendous to go through that process. Everything was about doing good for the community, for the environment, and Mother Earth, to sound like a hippie. And especially humans and animals. That's a no-brainer. We don't want to do anything, and I don't want to do anything that's going to hinder that, because it is truly all about getting what we've got now and leaving it in better condition than how we received it for the next generation or the next person, whoever's going to utilize that. So do good. Value added probably should be number one, but do good, that was the first one to pop up, and that one is definitely key. But value added, personal services that go above and beyond industry standards, that add value to life and profitability. Value is where it's at. Years ago, before working with my business coach on a business coach level, price is an issue in the absence of value. What value am I bringing to my growers, to their operations, to my community? Am I bringing a value? I'm doing a better job, and truly, before I dive into anything, that's what I'm looking at, is what value can I bring? What do I have to offer and bring value to such things. Example, I was asked to consider and be on Bassett City Council. I am chairman of the housing committee. Housing is a bigger passion, something I feel I can do a better job with and put really much more focus into housing. City council is great. It's definitely important, and it was awesome to be asked if I had ever considered it or would consider it. I've only been here in Bassett since 2012. I've been working up here, but I've only been living in Bassett for 4 years now. And to be asked to be on city council was awesome. But city council is everything with the city. And that's great. That's fantastic. But I don't feel like I could do justice to any of it because there's so much there. Housing was really where it was at. Housing was personal for me. It was a struggle to find housing in Bassett when I started working here, let alone it was a huge stress, and it was amazing that I found where I'm at and then was able to purchase this. But housing is a big deal in so many of these small communities, and in these small communities we're losing people and not coming to stay here and be here because of housing. So that's where my value, everything that my own personal experience is valuable to bring to that organization. So just an example there on value added. And it's not just in agronomy side of things that I bring that as well. Next up, forward thinking. Always looking beyond the next day and creating and implementing plans for the long term, resulting in sustainability and preservation. Sustainability, buzzword. Maybe you're tired of hearing it, maybe you're not. I threw it in there because it truly is a good word, and I want things to be sustainable no matter what it is. If it's my own business, if it's you and your operation, kind of goes back to the do good thing with our environment and humans and animals and all that kind of stuff. Forward thinking. This fell into place and really was a light bulb with, I've done a video here a couple months ago about, maybe longer ago than that, might have been last summer, later part of last summer. But are you thinking 3 to 5 years out? Or are you just thinking 3 to 6 months out? I'm thinking 3 to 5 years out for my own business. And I get that way with my growers. I've had a couple of them where I'm like, so what are you doing next year? And they don't even have this year's planted. And they're like, what are you talking about? Well, why are we not forward thinking? Like, it's not something that's going to be solid, set in stone, but let's be thinking about it. Let's be rolling those ideas around. Let's look beyond. And it's not that I am a dreamer, but it's not that I'm a hardcore dreamer, live in the clouds, can't ever be in reality. The things that we're doing now are setting us up for things in the future. So we need to be thinking about those things in the future. Next bullet point, value, transparency, open and honest about services and philosophies, opinions, and standards provided. Anybody that knows me any way knows maybe too bluntly honest. That is definitely my Enneagram 6 coming out, being a realist. And I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. And I've gotten better at that opinion being more thought out, perhaps is a good way to do it. But if you ask me, you're going to get my open, honest opinion on anything. If it's a semi-negative opinion, it will be spun in a positive way, if that makes sense. And I'm going to tell you straight up what I'm doing, what I'm offering, what I don't offer, and I'm not going to get into something that's not transparent itself, and working and aligning myself with other businesses, organizations, customers, growers. Next up, loyalty. Dedicated to being an advocate for your goals, purposes, and expectations. I had to double check that matched what I have here on my screen. Enneagram 6, it's the loyalist. I'm going to be loyal to a fault. You could burn a bridge with me 3 times and I'm still going to be like, all right, let's go ahead. We can, it's water under that burnt bridge. We're going to go ahead and keep working together. And I'm going to stay loyal to you beyond a fault. You entrust me with something within your operation, within your life, and you've got me, and you've got me for life. And it's, I mean, if it's a secret, it's a secret with me. There's no spouting and gossiping without, you know, approval or permission. Loyalty is huge, and I truly value people that are loyal to me, that, you know, I make mistakes. There is absolutely no doubt. And I do my darndest to own up to those mistakes and come up to you and say, I screwed up here. I value that you're going to remain loyal to me as well. That's super important. Last but not least, collaboration, a process of teamwork to make, grow, and build a better world. Cheesy, cliche, but we got to collaborate. Yes, I have competition, particularly on the seed side. I have competition on the water side of things. But we have all got so many things that we can bring to the table for our communities, for our businesses, for our growers, our customers. We have to collaborate. Prime example, a little over a year ago, started planning a silage plot and was reaching out to my competitors about entering a couple 3 numbers. And the one competitor was a little surprised that I reached out. And I was like, well, you've got some good products. Like, I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to criticize that. Let's just see how they stack up with this particular operations management style. And I want to see my stuff against your stuff. And told him that my ultimate dream was that we turn into some sort of 3-county, 4-county corn grower association type of thing, organization, and that everybody has an entry, you know, 2 or 3 numbers, and then we have a big field day or evening and provide a meal and provide some education as a group of seed dealers and agronomists from up here. Like, us working together is the best thing for our customers and our communities. And I was on the phone, so I didn't get to see the look on his face, but I kind of told myself that his jaw hit the floor. He'd never been approached to be a part of that and to contribute to that. So collaboration is super important. I want your ideas. Let's bounce ideas off of each other. Another example, had a call yesterday with an agronomist doing some fertility recommendations for a customer and needed some help on potassium. And he gave me some ideas of things that they're doing down in southern Nebraska that I'm just gonna, you know, keep in the back of my mind and tell some growers about it and ask questions and, you know, see what we can collaborate on. Collaboration is super important. It's all that network building, and it isn't what you know, it's who you know. So there we go. Short, sweet, to the point. My 6 values within my personal life, within my business, that are beyond important to me, and absolutely the top 6 things that I bring to the table when working with somebody or not working with somebody. I would love to hear your value statements. If you are your own business owner, maybe you have value statements for your farming operation, ranching operation. Share those with me. That would be fantastic. If you've got questions, comments on mine, I suppose give it to me negative, but I would like to think that everything would be positive. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in again, and we will catch you soon, hopefully when things are warmer.